2,000 years ago, on the glittering shores of the Mediterranean, there rose a city that many called the crown jewel of the ancient world, Alexandria. Founded by Alexander the Great, it was designed not just as a city of power, but as a city of ideas. Its lighthouse, the Pharos, guided ships from distant lands. Its streets bustled with traders, philosophers, and dreamers. But at the heart of this thriving metropolis stood something greater than stone or marble, a temple to human curiosity, the great Library of Alexandria. The library was the vision of the Ptolemies, the Greek rulers of Egypt who inherited Alexander's empire. They dreamed of gathering all the world's knowledge under one roof. Ptolemy II decreed that any ship docking in Alexandria must surrender its books. Scribes would copy them swiftly. One copy returned to the owner, the other kept in the library's vaults. Soon, scrolls poured in from Greece, Mesopotamia, India, Africa, and beyond. Some whispered that even writings from lost civilizations, Atlantis perhaps, rested upon its shelves. Within its towering halls, more than 500,000 scrolls lined the shelves. Works of philosophy, medicine, astronomy, mathematics, and history, all preserved for future generations. Imagine the words of Aristotle beside those of Egyptian priests, Indian treatises on medicine alongside Babylonian charts of the stars. The library was not only a collection, it was a meeting of minds across time and space. The scholars who walked those halls were legends in their own right. Eratosthenes, who first measured the circumference of the earth with astonishing accuracy. Herophilos, who studied the human body and the nervous system centuries before modern medicine. Callimachus, who cataloged every scroll, creating what some call the first card catalog in history. To these men and women, knowledge was divine. The library was not just a building, it was humanity's memory. But the flame of knowledge is always vulnerable to the flame of war. And Alexandria, for all its beauty, was a city of conflict. In 48 BC, the Roman general Julius Caesar found himself entangled in Egyptian politics. His arrival in Alexandria brought him into the orbit of Cleopatra VII, the last pharaoh, whose beauty and brilliance captivated him. Cleopatra herself saw the library as her crown jewel, a treasure greater than gold, one that could bind Egypt to greatness for centuries. Yet war has no respect for scrolls or dreams. When Caesar's forces clashed with the Egyptian army, the Roman general found his ships trapped in Alexandria's harbor. To prevent them from falling into enemy hands, Caesar ordered them set ablaze. Flames roared across the docks, sparks carried on the Mediterranean wind. The fire leapt from the harbor to the city and from the city to the library itself. In the darkness of that night, one of humanity's greatest treasures was swallowed by fire. Some say it was an accident, others believe it was fate. As the scrolls burned, centuries of thought turned to ash. The library groaned like a dying giant, its pillars cracking, its shelves collapsing. Imagine papyrus, dry and brittle, bursting into flame, scroll after scroll, tens of thousands consumed within minutes. Knowledge of lost kingdoms, cures for diseases, maps of unknown lands, ideas ahead of their time, all reduced to smoke. But perhaps this was only the first tragedy. For history tells us the library may have suffered not one death but many. Centuries later, under Emperor Aurelian, battles once again tore through Alexandria, and flames licked at the remnants of the library. Then, in the 4th century, the Christian patriarch Theophilus is said to have ordered pagan temples destroyed. Some whisper the library was caught in the purge. Still others claim that in the 7th century, the Caliph Omar decreed the remaining books be burned to heat Alexandria's baths, declaring that if the books agreed with the Quran, they were unnecessary, and if they disagreed, they were dangerous. Whether myth or truth, the story endures. The library did not fall in one night, but in many, like a candle snuffed again and again until its light was gone. Among these legends, one image haunts the imagination. A young scholar standing in the wall, flames clutching a single scroll to his chest. His tears fall not for his own life, but for the countless voices forever silenced. What words did he hold? A forgotten cure? A prophecy? Or just the poetry of a lost people? We will never know. And so, humanity is left to wonder. What did we lose that night or across those nights? Did the library hold charts of the world long before Columbus? Did it preserve knowledge of machines and inventions that could have propelled humanity centuries ahead? Or did it contain the wisdom of civilizations erased from memory, their only traces buried in smoke and ash? What remains certain is this: the destruction of the Library of Alexandria is not just a story of fire, but of fragility. Knowledge, unlike stone, can vanish in an instant. A lifetime of thought, a civilization's discoveries can be lost in a single night. The library's death is a wound that still aches, a shadow that reminds us how easily wisdom can slip through our fingers. And yet, the legend of the library endures. Its ghost haunts every university, every library, every archive. Every time we write, record, and preserve, we defy the flames that once consumed Alexandria. We honor the voices turned to ash by ensuring our own are not forgotten. The library is gone, but its spirit lives on, not in papyrus but in us. Perhaps one day, buried under sands or sealed within ruins, fragments of its knowledge may resurface. Until then, the story of the Library of Alexandria is both tragedy and warning that the pursuit of knowledge is the highest human endeavor, and the cost of losing it is too great to bear. The fire may have burned 2,000 years ago, but its shadow still lingers over us today. Follow this channel for more interesting content.